College football is back, and it started off hot with a very exciting yet sloppy game in Dublin. So, off the bat, what are your initial takeaways from Kansas State, Iowa State?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun, especially the build up to this game. It was everything you want in a football game, a gritty football game. It was a mud bowl. I was kind of disappointed. I really thought Avery Johnson was going to come out strong, was going to come out fresh, ready. Like a lot of these Heisman talks, I don't know if that's a real thing. People think he could be a Heisman. I was kind of on this train. I'm not sure how I feel now. He didn't look great in the pocket. He looked frazzled when the pass rush came. He couldn't really find his one and two receivers. I know they have like a 1A and 1B thing going over there. Um, couldn't rush. Like I don't know how I feel about him. I didn't love it. I've loved Iowa State. I think their offensive line looked fantastic. I think Rocco looked awesome. Rocco Becht, he was great. Just extended his touchdown streak, his passing touchdown streak to 18 games. That's number one in the Big 12. That's number one in the FBS. I think I saw way more positives from Iowa State. I think they can really go ahead and win this Big 12 championship. I know Kansas State opened as the favorites, but I loved everything Iowa State was doing. I think they stayed in this game the whole way. They looked awesome.
Yeah, when you mentioned Avery Johnson, the whole lead up to this game, it was the quarterback battle. It was Avery Johnson, Rocco Becht. I personally thought Avery Johnson was going to be the guy to watch. And when you talk about the battle between those two in this game, I thought he was the one that was going to come out on top. And while I don't think he played necessarily a bad game, I mean, when you look at the stats, he went what? I think he went 21 for 30, 233 yards and two touchdowns, which
Yeah.
isn't bad. But like we were talking before this, most of those stats were coming after they were already down. And that was kind of the problem that I saw in the game. Iowa State, there was ton of turnovers in this game. I mean, very sloppy football, very tough conditions. Ton of turnovers, but Iowa State was a team that really capitalized on them. And it felt like once they got the touchdown off of these turnovers, Kansas State then responded. But Kansas State was never actually putting their foot on the gas when they needed to. They never really initiated that presence when they had the opportunities to do so. And when we talk Rocco back, I was one of the doubters. I mean, losing the two NFL receivers in Jalen Noel and Jaden Higgins last year, I mean, everyone, the talk of the whole week was how he's going to be without those two studs. And while it was sloppy conditions, he didn't have his best game, but he did make the clutch throws when it really mattered. I think his best throw of the day when we had that fourth down controversial call. By the way, that spot. What do you think about that spot on that play right there?
Yeah, that was bullshit. I think
Hmm.
no way. I don't know if you saw it live. So the referee on the bottom of the screen, he had the first down and it got overruled by the guy at the top. And
Hmm.
I had no idea why his spot was there. It looked like he stepped inside of where the spot should have been and walked up from there. I couldn't believe it. I
Hmm.
thought that was a clear first down. I'm surprised people aren't more upset about that. That was ridiculous. Even after the review, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, they
That's a
were
first down
showing.
all day.
They were showing when his shin got down. I thought clearly when his shin got down, the ball was over the line. I
Yeah.
was like, and the announcers on the game were acting like it was a clear fourth down stop. I was like,
Yeah.
what game are they watching? Like,
It almost looked like Avery thought it was so clear. It didn't look like he gave everything. Like it was like an 80% effort to get that conversion. Like it looked
right.
like he thought it was clearly a first down. I
Hmm.
saw he had a gaping hole if he just pivoted right. Could have gone for like 15, but
Yeah.
I think he thought in his head it was an easy first, and I guess it wasn't. That was crazy.
Did you like that play call too? Because I mean, they went for fourth down, I think three times, four times in that game. And just to call a QB sweep from the shotgun, it's a little questionable. I mean, you saw Iowa State when they had that fourth down late in the game
Right
with like
action.
2 minutes. Yeah. They were motioning, they did a lot of
Yeah.
misdirection, and they got creative. That was the difference, in my opinion, on the fourth down calls. They got out coached. Kansas State got out coached because Iowa State was getting able to get creative. They also had a 3rd and 1 or late in the game where they did a
Yeah.
play action pass to the tight end over
Yeah.
the top. That
Beautiful.
was beautiful, beautiful. Where
Beautiful.
was Kansas State doing that? They were just doing halfback dives and then the QB sweep call on fourth down. I that also cost them, in my opinion. So I also would say, so going back to Rocco Becht, after that fourth down stop, what do you do? He made his best throw of the day up the seam to his tight end. That was a great throw, right over the linebackers. And what's he do? He fouls it up with a 7-yard touchdown run. That right there was clutch, the definition of clutch. And for all those doubters that came in before leading up to this game for the whole week, saying he can't play without those two receivers. He just proved them wrong in the tough conditions. He also had a couple other touchdown passes. Great. There was one down the sideline for a fade. There was another touchdown pass he had that was a great ball. Like he did silence a lot of the haters, and I think he did just show that Iowa State is a team to be reckoned with in the Big 12 this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I loved the way their offensive line looked. They looked like they dominated the trenches. Maybe the last three quarters, mostly the second half. I mean, Carson Hansen went off in that second half. He had 12 rushing yards in the first three quarters and then went off with for 59 yards in that fourth quarter and kind of just took over.
And their defenses too, like Kansas State's front seven was
Yeah.
as advertised. They were like for the whole beginning of I would say the first half, they were dominating. Like it was tough on Rocco Becht. It was also tough on Avery Johnson. Both defenses were dominating. I mean, obviously they did have the advantage because it was sloppy football, but I
Yeah.
was really impressed with the defenses. The secondaries, I mean, Iowa State had some miscommunication as well. So the secondaries are a little shaky, but their front seven, their linebacker core, and their D lines looked very good.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought so that game started like Mud Bowl and then it kind of dried up and started to become like a true like play towards the second half. And I guess that's when you saw Avery Johnson looking a little better, a little more poised. Like I know he made that big pass after I thought Iowa State iced it. He made
Mhm.
that big pass and then they ended up going down to win just because their offensive line owned Kansas State
Right.
defensive line. That I think that was it with the coaching like you said, but
Yeah.
that
It'll
was
be interesting to see how Kansas State responds. I mean, they got North Dakota at home next week.
Mhm.
Then they have Army at home, and then they're going to Arizona. I would say their next tough game would be when they host UCF. But looking at their
Yeah.
next for the next 5 games, I would say that they got a pretty easy schedule to maybe bounce back and go to a 5-1, 4-1 record.
Yeah,
So it's gonna be interesting to see how they bounce back from this loss.
definitely. I know how Mr. Johnson's dealing with the loss. I don't know if you saw that in the parking
Yeah, dude,
lot after the
what was
game.
that?
Dude, so the headline was like Avery Johnson's dad and Avery Johnson's brother in a scuffle, and there was a video, them just like wrestling on the ground, like in the puddles of the rain, like glued to each other. Guys, like fans in Dublin, Ireland, trying to pry this father and son apart, and it's just embarrassing for Avery Johnson.
Were they drinking a little too much proper 12 or something?
A
Like what
little
was
bit
going
too
on?
much proper 12. Shout out proper 12.
Yeah, that was an interesting clip when I saw. I mean, some I think they did release a statement today about how they were apologizing for that, but that
Yeah.
is not a good look if you're Avery Johnson, especially after a loss and now you
He's
got
got
your
enough to deal with.
like that is not good publicity at all. So
No.
just some unneeded distraction right there, but that was interesting clip to see.
Yeah, nonetheless, that was a good way to kick off college football. I loved it.
Great way, but
It was
week
great.
0, that wasn't our only game. I
Yeah.
mean, there was a
No, we
couple
got
other
we got a lot more.
matchups.
Oh yeah. You want to kick us
But
off into that?
yeah, Hawaii Stanford. So first of all, if you missed the game, Hawaii walked it off on a game-winning field goal. And let me tell you something, the kicker that made this game-winning field goal, I'm going to pronounce his name right. He's from Tokyo, Japan, Kansei Matuzawa. And this is a guy who didn't even know what American football was until he was 18, 20 years old. So he's from Tokyo. He grew up playing soccer, and he came to the United States on vacation and saw his first NFL game. That was the first time that he was ever introduced to American football. He took an interest in the kicking position, obviously, because he grew up playing soccer, and he wanted to learn more about it. So he goes back home, and he has no one to teach him anything about American football. So he goes to YouTube and Instagram to learn how to kick field goals. And so for the next couple months, he's grinding, trying to kick field goals, trying to make it. And he finally built up enough tape to where a JUCO college in Ohio called Hocking College takes a shot at him. So they bring him in the United States. He comes here, doesn't know how to speak English, has little money. Keep in mind, when he was at this age too, he was working a job at Morton's Steakhouse as a waiter. Total 360 or 180, sorry. But he comes over to the States, little money. He's even cutting his own hair to save costs. And he has a great JUCO season. I think he went 12 field goals made, and he was a top 10 ranked JUCO kicker.
Hmm.
Got enough tape. Hawaii saw that. They were looking for a kicker in the transfer portal, and they bring him in. They take another shot at him. He redshirts his first year there, wins the starting job his next year, and now he's kicking game-winning field goals. It is just an awesome story to see, very inspirational story. So that is just one of
Yeah,
the best stories you'll see in college football this year.
that's fantastic, especially on opening day. That's awesome.
Hmm.
What about the other side of the football? Micah Ford, dog,
Yeah,
dog,
he had a great
like
he had a great game for Stanford.
just about like the only star on that offense. keeping
Hmm.
Stanford fans alive. Like 26 carries, 113 yards and a touchdown.
Hmm.
First touchdown scored passing or receiving or rushing since week 4 of 2023 from a Stanford running back, which is crazy.
That's
I
crazy.
don't understand how that's possible. But Micah Ford's been a dog, New Jersey native. He's from Toms River North,
Hmm.
about 30 minutes south from where I'm from. So that's cool to see him succeed on the next level.
Yeah.
It's his sophomore year, but yeah, he's a dog. He's been a dog. I'm excited to see him this season. Yeah, man.
I mean, Michael Ford, like Stanford hasn't had a running back catch a touchdown in what, 2 years? What have they been doing? No
Yeah, I
screen
don't
passes?
understand. His game reminded me a lot of young Bryce Love, who I used to
Really?
love.
Yeah.
He's awesome. But
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean, we're not expecting Stanford to do much this year, but if Michael Ford puts them on the map a little bit, it will be that. I mean, that's some very entertaining ball to watch there.
yeah, yeah. I think
So,
also Stanford's offensive line made him look really good. Props to them. I think that was an awesome showing out of them. That was one of my key takeaways of the game. Anything from you?
yeah, no, like you said, Michael Ford balled out. Stanford. I mean, it was a close game. I mean, obviously, it ended on a game-winning field goal, so it was close. But in week 0, are these two teams that we're really going to be watching throughout the year? Probably not. I mean, these aren't teams that are competing for a playoff. So,
Yeah.
when we look at week 0 too, there was another somewhat interesting game between Kansas. Jalon Daniels, he's entering his sixth season at Kansas. Like with all the injuries that he had, he's a seasoned vet. And let me tell you, a healthy Jalon Daniels is amazing for college football. He had 176 yards and 3 touchdowns in his opener returning. And he can honestly be a dark horse Heisman candidate. Really impressed with his legs. Kansas ran a lot of triple option and RPO, lots of moving parts in motion. When you have a QB with an elite running threat, this offense is an issue. I think Kansas, when you look at their schedule, they'll play Missouri week 3. If they can somehow pull off an upset here, they, that is their next truly big game. If they can somehow pull an upset, they're going to start the year 5-0. 5-0
Yeah.
when they go to UCF week 6. So I would not be shocked if Kansas is a team that we're sitting week 6 and they're ranked in top 20. So
Oh yeah.
very excited to watch Jalon Daniels. What he can do with his legs is amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think Missouri's what are they opening as 7-point favorites at home? 6.5.
6.5, yeah. Missouri 6.5 favorites.
I think that will be a big test to Kansas State or to Kansas and see if they can compete. I know Mizzou's a bottom of the barrel SEC squad, but you got to beat them in order to take another step, in order to take another leap. So I think it'll be a big test for the Kansas Jayhawks.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one to watch for sure. Um, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, college football week 0. I mean, these were the 3 big games. I know there was a couple other like UC Davis played, and
Uh-huh.
what were some of the other matchups? I didn't even keep thinking about it at the top of the head. These were the
Nichols,
3 that we were
Nichols
focused on.
played. Nichols played someone, I forget.
Hmm. NFL preseason is wrapped up. We are a little over a week towards the NFL season. Cowboys, Eagles. Who do you got in that game first right off the bat? Cowboys or Eagles? Who are you taking?
Oh, Eagles all day. Eagles
Eagles, you
all day.
think?
But I do think Dak's gonna cook. Like our last pod, I think Eagles go up big. I think Dak in garbage time just goes crazy. I think Pickens and CD score touchdowns. I think it's a high
Mhm.
scoring game. Even though prime time in division, you wouldn't expect that. I think it still will be because two high octane offenses.
Right. Yeah, I think with week 1, even though they're two division rivals and those are normally low scoring defensive games, it's week 1. Teams are still feeling things out. So I feel like that's a lot of offensive production just waiting to happen.
Mhm.
And like we talked with Dak Prescott, getting George Pickens this offseason, CeeDee Lamb, it's going to be almost a shootout. I mean, I'm more interested to see how Jalen Hurts comes out in his first game. Is he going to have the Super Bowl hangover? Is Saquon going to be there? Is he going to is obviously he's got the talent. He's going to be good. But is this team going to keep up the same pressure that they had all last season, or are they going to be a little more relaxed now that they won the Super Bowl? That's going to be the thing that I want to watch, and it starts in week 1 against the Cowboys. This is a
Yeah.
big game for them. Okay, you don't want to lose the Cowboys at home. Yeah, I know those Eagles fans.
Yeah.
If they see a Cowboys loss, especially on Thursday night, opening night, they are going to be fed up. So the Eagles need to start off hot and get this W.
Yeah, man. What's your prediction? When are we gonna see Micah Parsons? Like, are we gonna see him?
That's another big issue. I feel like I think head coach Brian Schottenheimer is meeting with him this week. They said he's personally meeting with him. So we'll see if anything happens from that. I couldn't imagine he
Yeah.
doesn't play week one because
Yeah.
you don't want to keep sitting out weeks. It's only gonna hurt himself because from an contract standpoint, if he sits out and he gets worse and he's not getting all the reps and getting in practice and not in football shape, it's only going to hurt his stock in the future. You want to be out in the field and you want to keep leaving a legacy. So I think we see them out week one. A deal will get done. Hopefully. I mean, if it doesn't, that will be shocking. It's kind of like Jamar Chase. What happened with Jamar Chase last year when he sat out basically like 3 days before the season?
Uh-huh.
I think it's similar to that. So we should see him, and they need him because he would be a huge piece of that defense, obviously.
Yeah, he's a competitor. He wants to play,
Mhm.
so he's going to do anything he can to make things work.
Mhm.
I'm looking at the schedule now, week one. I'm looking at the 1 o'clock slate. I like it. We get to see Daniel Jones. I know that's like a trash game, and like no one's. I don't know if I'm excited. I'm eager to see how he's gonna play in
Mhm.
Indianapolis. Like, I think it's crazy they don't go to AR. I think it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, the thing with that is it's very interesting. So who do the Colts open up with again?
Dolphins at in Indianapolis, and they're
In Indy.
favored. The Colts are favored at
Dude, I
home.
believe it. I believe it because the thing with Daniel Jones, he really wasn't that bad in New York. Obviously, like what we mentioned with New York quarterbacks, they are under a microscope, and no matter what they do, if it's good or bad, they're going to get criticized no matter what. And so,
Mhm.
him having this fresh start in Indianapolis, it's a lot like what we saw with Sam Darnold last year. Getting a fresh start in a new city can be the best thing for quarterbacks, especially when they had such high expectations and now they're kind of dropping off a little bit. Daniel Jones looked pretty solid in the preseason. He's got some weapons. I love Tyler Warren. He's been having like Tyler Warren is going to have a monster year. He's going to have a Brock
Mhm.
Bowers type rookie season. And if Daniel Jones can feed him, they got other playmakers on the ball. They got Michael Pittman still. They got Jonathan Taylor running back. They're going to be a pretty good offense. Daniel Jones doesn't have to do too much. You just got to feed the right guys, let his playmakers do the work, and not try to do too much. And I think the Colts will be successful.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Another thing I wanted to talk about, how about that Sunday night game? Ravens, Bills, unreal. Lamar, I know his hand's hurting. Is he gonna play? Like what's the deal with him right now?
Lamar is not sitting out week one Sunday night football against Josh Allen and the Bills. There is
Come on.
no shot he is not playing this
In
game.
Buffalo? Come on.
In Buffalo, this is the revenge game. I mean, we saw the playoffs last year. I wouldn't say I'm biased towards Lamar Jackson. I love both teams. I mean, Josh Allen's a great player to watch, but I was in a way rooting for the Ravens. I wanted to see Lamar win. And he balled out that game. He had a
Mhm.
great game, putting the ball like snowing conditions, and he was putting the ball exactly where it needs to be. Mark Andrews was kind of the guy you want to blame. Like, I mean, he had two drops, especially that 2 point conversion. Lamar was as clutch as can be, and you know he's going to come back pissed off more than ever. People are still doubting him for his lack of playoff wins. So he's a regular. I mean, Ravens in the regular season have been historically really, really good. They always seem to win these big regular season games. It's the playoffs that really hurt them. I would expect the Ravens to win this game easy. I'm not going to lie. I mean, Josh
Yeah.
Allen, they had the whole James Cook drama this offseason.
Yeah.
I mean, there's debates on who's going to be their top pass catcher. Keon Coleman, is he taking the next steps?
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see. I think the Ravens have no problem winning this game. Really looking forward to it, though.
Yeah, I think Rashad Bateman's also a dark horse. He's like a breakout candidate. I think he's electric. I like Zay Flowers a lot. I think it's like not really like a 1A, 1B. It's like a two and a two. I don't know.
Mhm.
I like Zay. Zay's a dog, but I don't think he's like that guy. Like I think we see
Yeah.
Rashad like break out this year.
Yeah, Rashad Bateman is very underrated. And the thing
Mhm.
with the Ravens too, they don't really need necessarily a top wide receiver. Okay. I mean, you saw like they were bringing in Odell Beckham, bringing guys like DeAndre Hopkins. Like they don't need a top number one receiver because they're a running football team. They run the football. They got Derrick
Mhm.
Henry, Lamar Jackson. They got a really good O line. That's all they needed. That's their game. And then they'll work over play action and throw over the top. That's what they need to do with the Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman. That is perfect for them, in my opinion. They don't need a top guy. They'd rather focus money on other areas of their team. So
Mhm.
Zay Flowers, I mean, he did though before he got hurt. He did show some pretty good flashes. I thought
Yeah,
that he can
he
be the
did.
deep threat that they need to
He's
be.
like a boomer bust guy. Like
Exactly.
he's not gonna catch 10 balls, but
Mhm.
he's gonna catch 4 or 5 balls for 100 yards.
Exactly. And his playmaking after the catch too is just
Yeah.
phenomenal too. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a huge part of his game. Bateman has honestly evolved into a pretty good deep threat. I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
he's more of a deep threat right now than Zay Flowers is.
I know that I don't know how they complement each other. Like I feel like the way JMO in that Detroit offense complements Amon Ra down low, like in the slot. Like I love that offense. Like I don't know how they complement each other. It's going to be interesting to see how Mark Andrews plays. Like, is this where he comes down,
Hmm.
or Isaiah Likely's out? Is he just plateauing? Like, I don't know where
Right.
he's at in his career. Like, if he's really going to be good late in his career, or if he's going to fall off.
Yeah, that's a very interesting to me too. I mean, Mark Andrews, like we just said with the playoffs, that was very horrendous performance.
Mm,
I think he does. I'm sure that ate at him all off season. It was definitely playing in his mind, and you got to think that during this offseason, he had that chip on his shoulder and he's ready to work and ready to get back at it this season. He was still pretty good in the regular season. I need last year. I mean, he had some drops early, but he was
yeah,
still pretty productive. He's still Lamar's go-to guy. He's reliable. He's for the most part a reliable tight end. So you would think that he put in the work off this offseason and is ready to get back to work. But like you said, who knows? Like is this the peak of his career? Has he already reached his peak?
yeah.
Um, It'll be interesting to see.
And then, so my last underdog who I like this weekend is Bryce Young in the Carolina Panthers in Jacksonville. I like the Panthers, dude. I love Bryce Young. I love McMillan. T-Mac's gonna be a dog. Like I like Chuba Hubbard too. I think he's a productive running back. Like I I like this team. I like this team. I think it's a dark horse team that could succeed this year.
I will agree with you. I think Bryce Young is going to be a good quarterback this year, but I disagree that you think that they're going to win week one against the Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence
Yeah.
is one of the most underappreciated quarterbacks in the league right now. He is getting so much unnecessary hate. And now that he has Brian Thomas, a legit wide receiver one,
Hmm.
complemented with Travis Hunter, he's going to ball out this year. This is going to be
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence's year. I would not be shocked if he is in MVP conversations by the midseason. I would not be shocked. I think Trevor Lawrence bringing in Liam Cohen, a very quarterback friendly head coach,
Yeah.
this offense is going to be ran very well. And I would not be shocked if the Jaguars compete with the Texans. I mean, the Texans have probably the best defense in the NFL, but they
Mhm.
are going to be up there with Houston in the division, and that division race is going to be very close, in my opinion.
Yeah, people forget though, BTJ played better with Mac Jones. Like people forget that when T-Law missed time. I can't pull any stats, but he played better with Mac Jones. I don't think Mac Jones is good. I think T-Law is like the ultimate bust. Like people are like Peyton Manning, blah blah blah, like all this.
Generational talent.
Yeah, like come on.
Mhm.
He's been good. He's been
Mhm.
good. Like he's okay. I don't think he lived up to the hype, but I think this is the point in his career where he can really take a huge leap or just be
Mhm.
mid forever. Like this is a big season for him.
This is the make or break season. He's got
Yeah.
everything around him. He's got the head coach. He's got the playmakers. This is the make or break year. I
Yeah.
100% agree.
Yeah.
And when we talk Brian Thomas, do you think that was more because he had more success with Mac Jones because he was later in the year and he started to really get into his groove?
Yeah.
Or do you think it was the quarterbacks? I mean, we're talking
Yeah.
Mac Jones, like
Yeah, it could. Yeah. Yeah.
mhm.
You never know. Pro Bowler Mac Jones.
Pro Bowler Mac Jones.
Yeah.
But a lot
Yeah,
of
who
exciting
knows,
stuff. A lot
man.
of exciting
Yeah.
stuff to get to the NFL.
Okay.
Very excited for college football. I'm sure we'll talk more about that maybe later this week about our college football official week one picks.
Hmm.
But I'm excited, man. Football is in full swing. This is the greatest time of the year,
Oh yeah.
and excited to keep talking ball.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Hmm.
Pod
All right,
two. Let's go, baby.
let's go. You don't
Good
know
luck.
ball.
Yeah.